I'm Jason UFC, and today we have a story about UFC fighter Paddy Pimblett exchanges words with AEW's Wrestling World Champion MJF. UFC star Paddy Pimblett has found himself in a beef with AEW's heavyweight champion MJF. On Tuesday, MJF took to Twitter to share the following exchange he had with Paddy Pimblett recently, where the AEW champion and the baddie, Paddy Pimblett, called one another's bluff regarding a potential encounter in London. In the first comment, Pimblett offered a sought out, which of the two is more authentic by having a quote real fight. He also went on to write, "Oh, tell your boss to sign me up when yours in Fulham's ground. I'll be ready, son." Oh, okay. Hey, bud, AEW has a show coming up in your neck of the woods. If you're man enough, I'll gladly show you how real I am, MJF responded. Paddy Pimblett would respond by calling MJF a, quote, spaceman, unquote, before ordering him to tell AEW's owner, Tony Khan, to get in contact with UFC president Dana White to iron out the logistics. Isn't this kind of funny that both of them have to say, hey, can you talk to my boss before we have a fight? Isn't this, it's kind of crazy. Quote, unlike you, I'm 100% natural. And I'm also 100% original. Unlike you, you're a dollar store Conor McGregor talking will from strangers things looking wouldn't last 2 seconds in my world. Hashtag better than you. See you in London was the last comment from the exchange shared by MJF. Okay. Let me see anything about Conor McGregor. We don't talk about that. Okay. And then the last part of this is going to be AEW is currently scheduled to make its London debut sometime in 2023. As for Pimblett, his next fight is scheduled next month at UFC 282 against Jared Gordon. Yes, I don't know how this started. MJF did just become the AEW heavyweight. Is it heavyweight champion? I don't know if it's heavyweight champion. I know he's the AEW champion, but I don't know if it's the heavyweight champion. And I don't know how this started. Let's see. I have no knowledge. You could see there's a lot of back and forth. I don't know if this is a because it only has like one like, so I don't know what's going on here. I don't want to read everything. Let's try to go through. Let's go through some of these tweets. I do have knowledge about MMA. Don't I? Which you have zero knowledge about. So let's not go there. If you want to have a real fight, let's sort it out with the UFC. If not, pipe down or tell your boss to sign me up when yours come to Fulham ground. I'll be ready, son. And then MJF responds, hey, bud, AEW has a show coming in your neck of woods. If you're man enough, I'll gladly show you how real I am. This is kind of interesting. I don't know. I would seriously doubt if the UFC would let Paddy Pimblett wrestle. I know Bellator. Bellator is very open to their athletes competing in other sports and showing up in other organizations, but I don't know if I've ever seen any UFC. I'm pretty sure maybe some UFC fighters have been at AEW events and stuff like that, but I know Bellator, they have Jake Hager, who is Bellator, I believe. I don't know if he's still a Bellator fighter, but he's in AEW. But I would really doubt if the UFC would ever allow Paddy Pimblett to wrestle or maybe even show up. But we'll see what happens. This, like they said, the event hasn't been scheduled yet for AEW to go to London. So we'll see if this gets a little bit more personal once the event is scheduled, and we'll see if MJF reacts to Paddy Pimblett's fight next month to UFC 282 versus Jared Gordon. I don't know where this started from. Does MJF have smoke with other UFC fighters? I just don't know where this came from. It doesn't show the origins, as some people would say, of this of these two on Twitter, but this is from November 22nd, 22, today. So they've been talking to each other about something. I just don't know where this came from. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if this started after MJF became champion or did they have tweets before. But, obviously there's always okay, as a UFC fighter, I'm a real fighter, and, wrestling is, I'm not going to say the word, but, wrestling is unreal. And then, respect to that, I don't want to go that far because we have seen, obviously, wrestlers, WWE wrestlers, AEW wrestlers go into the world of MMA and succeed. Obviously, the biggest success has been Brock Lesnar, who became the UFC heavyweight champion of the world. So I want to come across as this is it's fun and all, but obviously I'm not of the mindset that AEW or WWE wrestlers cannot compete in a, quote, real fight. I definitely believe they could compete in a real fight, and I wouldn't go there. But I think this is just all fun and games. MJF definitely labels himself as the devil. I just don't know what's his beef with Paddy Pimblett, right? I don't know where it started from or where is it going, or is it just fun between these two guys? I would not be surprised if Paddy Pimblett did show up to the AEW event in London. I would not be surprised. Obviously, it will be their first attempt to have a show in London, so you would imagine a lot of the stars will be out. So we'll see where this goes. Is this just the beginning, or is this just a little quick tweet between these two fighters? Like I said, we'll see after Paddy Pimblett wins. After Paddy Pimblett fights Jared Gordon, does MJF have a reaction to that fight, or is this just like a non-story and he's just gonna move on? I wouldn't be surprised if he does have a reaction if Paddy Pimblett loses, and if he wins, we'll see what MJF has to say. But let me know your opinion of this story. I'm not gonna ask who do you think will win in a real fight, because I'm not, come on, this doesn't seem like, it really doesn't seem like it's like literally real smoke. They just seem to just be tweeting at each other, having some fun with each other, stuff like that. It doesn't seem like some like actual personal, okay, when I really see you, it's, it's on site. This is just, Twitter fun. But let me know your opinion of this story. I'm Jason, UFC. Today we have a story about UFC fighter Paddy Pimblett exchanges words with AEW, I'm going to say heavyweight champion of the world, on Twitter. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the $1 donation button, and please tune in to the next video on this channel. Thanks a million for watching.